Before installing this replacement battery, please be aware of the inherent high voltage and current that these systems and components can produce. Severe injury or death can result if correct safety procedures are not understood and followed. This procedure should only be performed by a qualified technician who has been properly trained to service hybrid electric vehicles. If you are not properly trained, do not attempt to perform this replacement or service the hybrid drive system. Do not attempt to service the vehicle without the proper equipment listed in this video and without adhering to the directives of any included instructional or safety material, whether it be instruction sheets, tags, or labels. The individual installing this battery assumes all associated risks and responsibilities for any vehicle damage, injury, or death caused by the improper use of our product, not using the proper equipment, or not following proper safety measures. The following tools are required to complete this install. High voltage gloves rated at 1000 volts with outer leather protector, trim stick or trim removal tool, digital volt ohm meter, Cat 3, rated at 1000 volts, and assorted deep well sockets, including 14mm, 12mm, 10mm, and 8mm. Most importantly, when opening any access cover on a hybrid battery, you must use insulated tools such as these, which are certified for hybrid use. Failure to do so could result in injury or death. Here are the step-by-step instructions for installing this hybrid drive battery on a Lexus 400h or Toyota Highlander. First, raise the rear hatch. Then, move the front seats to their full forward position. Next, open both rear passenger doors, lower the rear seat backs, and lift up the front section of this mid-storage compartment. Remove these two 12mm bolts, and remove this compartment lid. Next, lift out this jack storage tray. Remove these 6 seat back cover push clips. Using a 10mm socket, remove these 2 seat straps. Then slide the rear seats forward and remove these plastic seat bolt covers. Then remove the 2 14mm bolts on each seat. Next, remove these 14mm bolts from the rear of each seat. Remove 4 carpet push clips and lay the carpet back. Now remove the remaining 2 rear seat track bolts. There should be a total of 5 bolts per seat. Now remove the rear seats from the vehicle as shown. Remove the floor mats. Pull both the driver and passenger side rocker panel covers like so. You will need to unplug this pigtail to do so. Next, locate these 3 battery fan covers. Each is retained by 2 8mm bolts. Gently pry open these access covers and remove them. Next, remove this carpeted battery cover. Then open the hood and disconnect the auxiliary battery. Failure to do so may cause damage to the high voltage battery control modules. Now put on your safety gloves. These must be Class O, leather protected, and rated at 1000 volts. You must also ensure that the glove's safety inspection is not expired. Remove this service plug and let the vehicle sit for 5 minutes to ensure full system discharge. Next, remove this seatbelt bracket. Then remove this orange tamper-proof fastener using a pair of needle nose pliers as shown, turning counterclockwise. The next step is to disconnect and remove the battery. At this point, you must only use an insulated tool such as this. Remove this access cover by removing 2 10mm bolts. Using a digital volt ohm meter certified for hybrid use, measure the voltage across these 2 terminals, ensuring a reading of 30 volts or less. Next, remove this strap bolt. Then remove these two high voltage leads. Disconnect this pigtail. We recommend for additional safety to reinstall the access cover to avoid injury and prevent items from falling into this compartment. At this point, it is now safe to remove your high voltage gloves. Next, disconnect the battery ventilation tube and unplug the remaining electrical connectors. Remove these three covers held in by 10mm bolts. Then remove the 11 10mm bolts securing the battery to the vehicle. Now remove the battery access cover, which will allow you to feed the wire harness through and out of the battery enclosure. Next, remove these push clips, which secure the wire harnesses, and tuck the wire harnesses as such. As the battery will be removed in the next step, it's a good idea to cover the back of your vehicle with a fender cover or cloth such as this to protect it from dirt or scuffing and protect the battery from damage. Using a team lift, remove the battery from its location as such, carefully feeding the wire harness through and out of the battery pack while you're doing so. Now remove the battery from the vehicle. Then, open the replacement battery by cutting these two straps. Carefully read any and all documentation included with the battery related to safety and installation. Failure to do so could result in injury or death. You will notice there is another set of straps included. These are non-reusable and will be used to fasten your core back into the original container. Remove the battery from the container and install in reverse order, again carefully feeding the wire harness through and out of the battery pack. Also, remember that when you reconnect the auxiliary battery terminal, the power hatch control, power windows, and power sunroof must be initialized. Follow the instructions in your service manual to perform this.